Hi students, myself Dr. K. Shivaya, Department of Pharmacology, Faculty of Shantiram College of Pharmacy. So today we can discuss about last topic and well-known topic, that is DNA, chromosome, then protein synthesis. You know that chromosome, it is present in nucleus. When you zoom extended, the nucleus have the chromosome. In that chromosome, the coiled DNA molecule present in double helix form. In that DNA contains the nucleus base pair, phosphate and sugar molecule. So chromosomes are the rod-shaped dark-stained bodies seen during the metaphase stage of mitosis. So perfectly where we can observe in the metaphase. That's why they given in the definition during the metaphase stage of mitosis. So Strasburger discovered the chromosome, and the term chromosome was coined by Valdier in 1888. So what is the term initiated? Chroma, color, and soma means body. If you take an eukaryotic chromosome, chromosomes are best visible during metaphase. Chromosomes bear genes in a linear fashion. Chromosomes vary in shape, size, and number in different species of plants, animals. Chromosomes have property of self-duplication and mutation. Chromosomes are composed of DNA, RNA, and protein synthesis. So chromosomes is measured at a mitotic metaphase, generally measured in length and diameter. So plant usually have longer chromosome than animals. So plant chromosomes are generally 0.8 to 7 micrometer, whereas if you take in animals 0.5 to 4 micrometer, in human beings 0.3 to 0.2. So chromosome size varies from species to species. So if you take in the chromosomes, generally rod shape, J shape and V shape. And depending upon the species, the chromosome are present along with either XX sex chromosomes and XY, it is present. These are the genetic chromosomes. So these are the somatic chromosome number, some common plants and animals. So Homo species means human being, somatics for this gametes 23. So varieties sativa 24. So 24 bytes, 24 number and means 12 bytes. So these are the. Then come to the chromosome structure. So the parts of the chromosome is the centromere, chromatid, secondary construction and satellite, telomere, chromosome and chromonema and matrix. See, the centromere is the center part and kinetochore just beside the centromere, attached to the centromere. From here the chromatid present. Then telomere at the end of the chromatid it is present. So centromere, it is a localized region of the chromosome with which spindle fibers attached is known as centromere. Or primary construction of the kinetochore. Because of why it is called primary construction, there it is started the kinetochore. Next, chromatid. Two distinct longitudinal subunits of the chromosome. See, this is a little bit different. This is a little bit different. Distant అంటే కొంచెం డిఫరెంట్గా దీనికి డిఫరెంట్గా ఉంటుంది. సో distant longitudinal subunits of chromosome is called as chromatid, telomere. The two ends of the chromosome are called, we can call it telomeres. Telomeres are highly stable and they do not fuse or unit with the telomere of the other chromosome. See, these telomere, it cannot fuse with another chromosome. Telo means end, here, telomere. Next, chromomere. So the chromosomes of some species shows small bead-like structure called as chromomeres. Some species, not all, only some species shows the very small bead-like structures. Small bead-like structures. That's chinna what chromomeres. And the structure of chromomeres in the chromosome is constant. But whatever the structure means centromere, chromatids, telomere is common. Next, secondary construction. Some chromosomes exhibit secondary construction in addition to primary construction. So whatever the primary construction of the chromosome, they have the few some exhibit in that nucleus. So that chromosome region between the telomere is called as these for secondary construction between where it is present, the chromosome region between the telomere is called as a satellite and a trapant. Suppose if you taken, why it is called a satellite chromosome? Because suppose if you taken the earth have the moon have the satellite. So like that satellites, so like that they are distributed to the chromosome. That's why it is called secondary construction. Chromonema. Thread-like coiled structures found in the chromosomes and chromatids are known as chromonema. This is a coiled in the chromosome only, along with DNA, it is a coiled in nature. That's why it is a chromonema. Next, matrix. It is a fluid part of the in which chromonemata. So whatever is there in that fluid, say, are embedded is called as a matrix. So these coiled, it is made up of protein only, along with the DNA. In that the matrix attached. So that is the matrix. Next, chemical composition of chromosome. The chemically chromosomes are nucleoprotein, nothing but nucleic acid plus protein present. Nucleic acid means DNA. So generally chromosomes contains 30-40% of DNA, 30-40% of DNA, 50-65% of protein, and 0.5-10%. It's depending upon the species. 10% is RNA. So the DNA, the amount of DNA present in somatic cells is constant. In one species it is constant. DNA content of gametic cells is half of the somatic cell. So DNA chromosome is two types, that is unique DNA and repetitive DNA. Unique DNA consists of the DNA sequence which are present in single copy for genome. That's why it is a unique. They are unique in nature and a single copy it is present. Unique DNA is also known as non-repetitive. It is not repeated. DNA codes for protein which requires in large quantity for cell, that is storage protein. Repetitive DNA consists of nucleotides or base sequence which are few to several hundred base pairs. But here unique protein only single. Here which are repetitive few or several hundred base pairs long and are present to several to million copies per genome. Human genome contains 30% repetitive DNA. Repetitive DNA is further divided into. So the human genome contains repetitive DNA, 30% of repetitive DNA. Repetitive DNA is further divided into highly repetitive DNA and moderately repetitive DNA. So that is regarding about DNA. Next, RNA, purified chromatin contain 10-15%. RNA associated with the chromosome is a mRNA, tRNA and ribosomal RNA. As we discussed, it's a nucleoprotein, 30-40% of DNA, 50-65% of protein. So in that nucleus 15-65% of protein is there associated with chromosome is classified into two groups: basic protein, that is called histone protein; non-histone protein, non-basic protein. So that is non-histone proteins are acidic in nature, and histone proteins are nothing but basic proteins are basic in nature because of why it is basic in nature, because of they have the basic amino acids, so they are attached to acid and base. The histones constitutes 80% of the total chromosomal protein. So the basic protein don't confuse here 80%. If you taken in the nucleus, in that chromosome the protein part is 60%. In that 60% equals to 100%. Now here in that 100%, 80% of the histone protein present, the remaining percent is non-histone protein. So that is the proteins regarding these proteins attached with the DNA molecule. Types of chromosomes depending upon the centromere location. The chromosomes divided into four types, that is metacentro, submetacentric, and acrocentric and telocentric. Meta means exact middle, middle. Submeta, not exact center, submeta, it is a little bit submetacentric. Next, acrocentric means it is maximum one side, that's why acrocentric. Next, telocentric, it is maximum like this. End, telo means end, that's why depending upon the position of the centromere they classified four types of chromosomes. Karyotypes. So complete set of chromosomes in a species in your karyotype, eukaryotes and prokaryotes. Eukaryotes have the nucleus membrane, prokaryotes don't have the nucleus membrane, already you studied in intermediate. So the basic number of chromosomes in somatic cells of an individual or a species called a somatic number, that is 2n if you taken in human being is 46. So a diagrammatic representation of chromosome morphology, characteristic species or a population is known as ideogram. We can represent it like this. Chromosome, this is one chromosome, this is another chromosome, like that. In our body have the 24 chromosomes. 24 chromosomes. Okay. This is in colorful in. This is same. Next, come to the DNA. The chromosomes are made up of proteins and deoxynucleic acid. DNA is a genetic material, a gene, a segment of DNA on a chromosome. DNA in chromosome are tightly coiled, what you earlier discussed, like a coiled spring in nature. See, this is nucleus, this is chromosome. So this is a coiled protein along with nucleic acid base pairs, phosphates and sugar molecule. So this is DNA. So these are whatever here is the yellow color, this is some protein in nature. Here it is entire DNA. This is structure of DNA. So the shape of the DNA is like twisted ladder and it is a double helix. So this person is Rosalind Franklin discovered that DNA is a two chains of molecule in spiral form. Just he is identified as a DNA, it is a chain, like it is a spiral form. That's one only. But Watson-Crick further studied the DNA model entirely. The Watson-Crick studied So each side of the ladder is make of a sugar phosphate molecule. The studied entire structure of the DNA structure. So we can call it as a Watson-Crick namuna, Watson-Crick frame. Already we studied in intermediate also, you know very well. So DNA has a twisted ladder shape that is caused by molecule called nucleotides. Nucleotides nothing but nucleoside plus phosphate molecule, sorry, sugar molecule. So in that nucleotide it consists of nitrogen base, sugar and phosphate group, you know. So these are the nucleic acid base pairs, nucleotide. So why it is in the nucleic base? These are nitrogen bases. So nitrogen bases, you know, adenine, guanine, cytosine, thymine. Adenine, guanine, purines, cytosine, thymine are pyrimidines. So here the always A to combine with the adenine always bind with the tyrosine, guanosine always bind with the cytosine. So A it's make two hydrogen bonds. Adenine nothing but better to remember A is equal to T. C triple bond is equal to G. A is equal to T. Is equal to means here two double bonds, here the three double bonds. Then after that the sugar molecule and phosphate molecule up to here we can call it as nucleoside. When phosphate is bound we can call it as a nucleotide. That's it. So this is the when extended the zoom in the nucleic acid base pair this is the formation. Sugar phosphate groups from the side of the DNA ladder. Sugar and phosphate is the ladder and the nitrogen base bond and the rugs means the center of the ladder. You know how the DNA replication takes place, we can study later entire detail how it is replicated. Okay. DNA and base pairs. So adenosine it is always paired with thymine and cytosine bind with always guanine, you know. So there are million of base pairs in a DNA molecule that always follow these rules. That is amazing. It is a sequence of base along the DNA molecule that forms the genetic code. It is simple. The making copies of DNA, you know, the chromosomes are divided into mitosis. It is divided into two cells. So during automatically the DNA was copied. So how DNA works? So depending upon the nucleic bases present on the DNA template depending upon the nucleic base pair of the nucleic basic molecule present on the DNA. So depending upon that the new amino acids are formed. So how these new amino acids attach to the during the transcription, then after translation you can get protein. So amino acids can be attached to each forming endless variety large molecules called proteins. So how they are formed we can see later. So in that how DNA works means that depending upon the genetic material have the different, so respective DNA sequences we can get the respective proteins depending upon the different gene molecules, that different gene molecule produces different proteins. So some gene molecules produces the heart, some gene molecules produces the bone, some gene molecules produces the intestine, nothing but stomach. So like that, how DNA works means like this way. So here nothing but these are all protein in nature. How they are formed? So replication. You know how DNA works. We can see entire details in transcription and translation. So like this way, so three nitrogen base pairs, one amino acid, one type of amino acid, another three triplets, another triplets to form another amino acid, another triplet to form another amino acids. Like that, the group of amino acids are combined together to form a protein. So each gene contains the sequence of bases of for one protein. Each gene, here you can observe, each gene contains the sequences of base pair. This is one type of sequence of base pair. Like that, so one sequence of base pair నుంచి మనకు ఒక ప్రోటీన్ అనేది వస్తుంది. సో అట్లా number of genes sequences in our body presents, they produces the different proteins. So how many triplets codes for a protein of 20 amino acids? So one amino acid, one triplet. So they in triplet have the 3 nucleus bases. So 20 amino acids, 20 triplets. Like that it is formed. Next, transcription and translation. Here we have names gives the answer. Transcription, transfer the script. So whatever the DNA have the script, whatever the DNA have the script, it will transferred. It is transferred to RNA. Why it is called RNA? It is a single stranded, that's why it is called a RNA. DNA have the double helix. So transcription is a synthesis of single stranded RNA from double stranded DNA templates. It's called as transcription. It have the script. It have the one script from the DNA. That's why it is a transcription. ఏం లేదమ్మా, ఇప్పుడు ఒక మూవీ తీసేటప్పుడు స్క్రిప్ట్ ఉందా అని అడుగుతాం. దాన్ని కాపీ చేసినాం అనుకో, దాన్నే ట్రాన్స్క్రిప్షన్. ఇక్కడ డిఎన్ఏలో ఒక స్క్రిప్ట్ ఉంది, అది డివైడ్ అయ్యి మనకు ఒకటి సింగిల్ స్టాండ్ వస్తుంది. సింగిల్ స్టాండ్ మెటీరియల్. సింగిల్ స్టాండ్ ఎప్పుడు వచ్చిందో దాన్ని మనము ఆర్ఎన్ఏ అంటున్నాం. సో ఇన్ దట్ ఆర్ఎన్ఏ, why it is called messenger? It getting this some message from the DNA, that's why it is a messenger RNA. Next, come to the translation. Okay, script on the, we have to translate. So in this cell, if you observe in this cell, we have the ribosomes. That ribosomes are machines. So they transcript the whatever the message present in mRNA, it translate as a protein. So that's why it is translate is the stage of protein biosynthesis from the RNA. In this process of formation of simply we can write formation of protein from the mRNA, where it is occurs? It occurs ribosomes. So transcription, translation both are process the part of the gene expression. దీన్నే మనం ఏమంటున్నాం అంటే జీన్ ఎక్స్ప్రెషన్ అంటే ఏంటి? జీన్ ఎక్స్ప్రెస్ అవ్వడము. సో జీన్ ఎప్పుడు ఎక్స్ప్రెస్ అవుతుంది? అందులో ఉన్న మ్యాటరు బయటకు రావాలి అంటే ట్రాన్స్క్రిప్షన్ జరగాలి. ట్రాన్స్క్రిప్షన్ జరిగిన తర్వాత అది ట్రాన్స్లేషన్ జరిగి ఎగ్జిబిట్ అవ్వాలి అంటే దాన్ని ఏమంటున్నాం మనము? జీన్ ఎక్స్ప్రెషన్ అంటున్నాం. జీన్ ఎక్స్ప్రెషన్. So continue. So in the eukaryote cell, the nucleus envelope separates the transcription from translation. So ఇక్కడ ట్రాన్స్క్రిప్షన్ ఒక చోట జరుగుతుంది, ట్రాన్స్లేషన్ ఒక జరుగుతుంది, వేర్ ఇట్ ఈస్ ఇన్ యూకారియోట్స్, బట్ ఇన్ నాట్ ఇన్ if you take in prokaryotes, it is both are happen in only cytosol. That's why it is coupled. Okay. So this is the how. What is happening? See, this is DNA. This is DNA. So transcription. So transcription in the transcription. In the transcription, formation of mRNA from DNA, formation of RNA from DNA is called as a transcription. Okay. So these transcripted material, then after that it will matured. How it matured we can see. Then these mRNA, here the transcription takes place in the nucleus. So it is eukaryotic cell. So that then after formation of the transcript, the gene, that mRNA, it is enter into the cytosol. It is enter into the cytosol. These mRNA placed in ribosome. This is A site and B site. So here what happening? A site and B here is like this. See like that he given like this way. So this is A site and B site. You see, so acceptor site and peptide site automatically it is formed. Then automatically the new protein is formed. New proteins are formed. So that's why the ribosomes are machines of formation of for the proteins. So this is the how it is formed. So transcription is the synthesis of mRNA from the DNA template which occurs in 5 to 3 direction, 5-3 direction always. So in transcription DNA sequence is read by RNA polymerase. So during transcription, a transcription జరిగేటప్పుడు సీక్వెన్స్ అనేది డివైడ్ అవ్వాలి. సో డివైడ్ అవ్వాలి, కొత్తది ఫామ్ అవ్వాలి, అండ్ కొత్తది డివైడ్ అవ్వాలి. సో ఫామ్ అవ్వాలి. సో అప్పుడు RNA polymerase which produce a complementary and anti-parallel RNA strand. So transcription is the first step leading to a gene expression. So the stretch of DNA transcription into RNA molecule is called as transcription unit which encoded at least one gene. So the result of transcription is a mRNA which will be used to create that protein which process after translation. So it is not required that much. So prokaryote transcription occurs in a cytoplasm. Already we discussed it. There's a difference between the prokaryotes and the eukaryotic cell. So that's why coupled transcription and translation, because of both are in cytosol it is happening. That's why it is a transcription. Both are happening here only. So both are here, and that's why it is a coupled. But coupled transcription translation not possible because of transcription processed in nucleus and translation happening in the cytosol, occurs in cytoplasm, occurs in so few. So the matured mRNA up to here formed, but here transcription here formed, translation is here it is formed. So there is no definite phases for its occurrence. So take place in the G1 and G2 phases of the cell cycle. Here where it is formed, G1 and G2 phases. A single RNA polymerase synthesis in all 3 types of RNA, tRNA and RNA. But the RNA polymerase 1, RNA polymerase 2 and 3 synthesizes the, so respectively, means the RNA polymerase 1 to form the ribosomal RNA, the RNA polymerase 2 to form the mRNA, the RNA polymerase 3 to form the transport RNA. So respective polymerases, here the RNA means ribonucleic acid. So what are the replicate is RNA, mRNA and tRNA. So these పాలీ మీన్స్ అనేకం, ఎంజైమ్ ఫామ్ చేస్తుంది కాబట్టి ఏజ్ వీటిని ఫామ్ చేస్తుంది ఈ ఎంజైము. 1 వచ్చేసి ఆర్ఎన్ఏ, 2 వచ్చేసి ఎంఆర్ఎన్ఏ, 3 వచ్చేసి టీఆర్ఎన్ఏ. గాట్ ఇట్? బట్ హియర్ ఓన్లీ సింగిల్ పాలిమరేజ్ in the prokaryote, but here different. That is the difference between the prokaryote transcription and eukaryote transcription. So stages of a transcription, there are 3 stages involved in transcription: initiation, elongation and termination. So initiation, so this is promoter phase. In that promoter phase the factors are released. After factor release, that what we discuss, RNA polymerase. This is RNA polymerase. So the RNA polymerase, when it is like that, it will divide like that, it will divide. So if it is divided, after dividing, then after that elongation takes place. First it will RNA polymerase to break the DNA base pairs, DNA base pairs. Then after that elongation, then termination takes place. After termination we can get the RNA. Means after stop of a sequence up to here, it's mainly depending upon the polymerase. So depending upon the polymerase, initiation and the polymerase. So then we can get the termination process. After termination process, we can get a RNA. So here the RNA is bind to specific DNA region. So we can discuss detailedly. So initiation transcription guards a promoter site. Whatever the starting site, we can call it as a promoter site. RNA polymerase is the enzyme responsible for the transcription. It has the 5 subunits. So RNA polymerase have the 5 subunits: 2 alpha subunits, 2 beta, and 1 beta and beta dash and subunit omega. The subunits are present. So after polymerase is bound to the promoter DNA, the 2 DNA strands unwind and enzyme starts the transcribing the template strand. Okay. So the position of the first synthesized base of the RNA is called as the start site. So we can call this దాన్ని ఏమంటారు మనము, ఎక్కడైతే స్టార్ట్ అవుతుందో, ఎక్కడైతే అది DNA ఇక్కడ ఆ సైట్ దగ్గర, పాయింట్ దగ్గర, కరెక్ట్ ఎగ్జాక్ట్ దగ్గర అది స్టార్ట్ చేస్తుందో దాన్ని ఏమంటారు మనము స్టార్ట్ సైట్. Next, when it is cleave started, then it takes place elongation. So the RNA polymerase moves along the DNA template and sequentially synthesize the RNA chain. So DNA is unwinding ahead of the moving polymerase and helix is formed behind it. So it unwinds 10 to 20 DNA bases at a time. So RNA polymerase added nucleotides in the 5'3' direction. So how it is the direction it is placed in the 5'3'. So the new section of RNA peels away as the double helix reforms. So after peel అయిపోయిన తర్వాత then again double helix form అవుతుంది in the DNA. So this is the direction of transcription. Here the initiation takes place. So here the already initiation it is here. So here elongation, RNA polymerase elongation, then after that the formation of mRNA. This is formation of mRNA. So this is ఇది స్క్రిప్ట్. ఈ స్క్రిప్ట్ ఇలా ఉంది కదా, ఈ స్క్రిప్ట్ ఇలా ఉంది. దీనికి సంబంధించింది ఏదైతే ఉందో, దీనికి ఇది సంబంధించిన న్యూక్లియోటైడ్స్ ఉన్నాయి కదా, ఈ న్యూక్లియోటైడ్స్, these are the RNA nucleotides. These RNA nucleotides binded here. So ఇది స్క్రిప్ట్. దీనికి ఏది బైండ్ అవుతుంది? టీకి ఏది బైండ్ అవుతుంది? ఏ బైండ్ అవుతుంది. ఏకి ఏది బైండ్ అవుతుంది? టీనే. So why it is given C? It is wrong. So G always C So here also given wrong. So G always C, A is T, A is T, and A is T, and but if in RNA uracil it is present. థైమిన్ బదులు ఏది బైండ్ అవుతుంది? యురాసిల్ బైండ్ అవుతుంది. సో the anticodon binded like that one template it will come, that is newly made RNA. సో ఈ స్క్రిప్ట్ ఏదైతే ఉందో, వాట్ ఎవర్ ద స్క్రిప్ట్ ప్రెజెంట్ హియర్, ద స్క్రిప్ట్ ట్రాన్స్లేటెడ్, ద స్క్రిప్ట్ ట్రాన్స్క్రిప్షన్, సారీ, ద స్క్రిప్ట్ ట్రాన్స్ఫర్డ్, that's why. So it's got the message from the DNA, that's why it is mRNA. See, mRNA. So termination, transcription stops when the RNA polymerase reach section of DNA called the terminator sequence. When it came the termination, this is ఎప్పుడైతే ఈ సీక్వెన్స్ వచ్చిందో ఆటోమేటిక్గా ఆగిపోతుంది అనమాట. సో AA U and AAA, AA U and AAA, it is very easy to remember, AA U AAA. So next the RNA strands is released and RNA polymerase dissociates. So RNA polymerase అక్కడ నుంచి dissociate అవుతుంది. So from the DNA, so the RNA strand will go through more processing. So like that way. సో ఇక్కడ ఎప్పుడైతే నీకు AA తర్వాత U తర్వాత AAA ఎప్పుడైతే ఫామ్ అవుతుందో దెన్ ఆటోమేటికల్లీ స్టాప్ అవుతుంది. ఆఫ్టర్ స్టాపింగ్ ఇది ఈ యొక్క mRNA రిలీవ్ అయిపోతుంది. ఇక్కడ నుంచి పాలిమరేజ్ ఎంజైమ్ డిసోసియేట్ అవుతుంది. దెన్ అగైన్ ద DNA ఫ్యూజ్డ్. So the original transcript from the DNA is called pre-mRNA. First, it contains a transcript of both introns and exons. అంటే ఇప్పుడు mRNA అనేది mRNA నాట్ మెచ్యూర్డ్, ప్రీ మెచ్యూర్డ్. సో అందులో ఏముంటాయంటే ఇంట్రాన్స్ ఉంటాయి, ఎక్స్ట్రాన్స్ ఉంటాయి. అంటే అసలు ఇంట్రాన్స్ అంటే ఏంటి, ఎక్స్ట్రాన్స్ అంటే it is a non-coding sections of nucleic acid found between కోడింగ్ రీజియన్. నాన్ కోడింగ్ అంటే వీటిలో కోడ్ అనేది ఉండదు, అంటే న్యూక్లిక్ బేస్ పేర్స్ అనేవి ఉండవు. దే ఆర్ జస్ట్ ఫౌండ్ బిట్వీన్ ది కోడింగ్ రీజియన్స్. ఒక కోడ్కి ఇంకో కోడ్కి మధ్యలో ఉన్నటువంటి జస్ట్ స్మాల్ ప్రోటీన్స్ అనుకోండి, దట్స్ ఆల్. ఎగ్జాన్స్ కోడింగ్ రీజియన్, దిస్ ఈస్ వెరీ ఇంపార్టెంట్, ద కోడింగ్ రీజియన్ ఆఫ్ ది న్యూక్లిక్ యాసిడ్స్. సో ప్రీ mRNA నెవర్ లీవ్స్ ది సెల్ న్యూక్లియస్. ఈ ప్రీ mRNA అనేది ఎక్కడే ఉంటుంది, ఇంకా న్యూక్లియస్లోనే ఉంటుంది అని అర్థం. అది సో ద ఇంట్రాన్స్ ఆర్ ఎక్సైజ్డ్ అండ్ ఎగ్జాన్స్ ఆర్ జాయిన్డ్ టుగెదర్ టు ఫార్మ్ ఏ mRNA. ఇక్కడ మీనింగ్ ఏంటంటే, ఇక్కడ మీకు ఇటు బాగా అర్థమవుతుంది. దిస్ ఈజ్ ఎన్సిఎల్ mRNA ట్రాన్స్క్రిప్ట్ అనుకోండి. దిస్ ఈజ్ DNA. దాని నుంచి మనకేమొచ్చింది, ఇనిషియల్ mRNA వచ్చింది. ఇందులో ఏమేమి ఉంటాయని చెప్పాను, ఎగ్జాన్స్ ఉంటాయి, ఇంట్రాన్స్ ఉంటాయని చెప్పాను. ఎగ్జాన్స్ అనేవి ఇంట్రాన్కి అనదర్ ఇంట్రాన్కి మధ్యలో ఇవి ఉంటాయని చెప్పినాను. ఒక ఎగ్జాన్కి ఇంట్రాన్కి మధ్యలో ఈ రెండింటి మధ్య ఏముంటాయి, ఇంట్రాన్ అనేది ఉంటుంది. ఈ ఇంట్రాన్స్ అనేవి ఎస్కేప్ అవుతాయి, ఎగ్జిట్ అవుతాయి. సో ఈ ఇంట్రాన్ అనేది ఇంకా న్యూక్లియస్లోనే ఉంటుంది. ఓకే, సో ఈ ఇంట్రాన్స్ అనేవి బయటకు వచ్చిన తర్వాత ఈ ఎగ్జాన్స్ కాయిల్డ్ అయ్యి, ఈ ఎగ్జాన్స్ అని అంటే ఎగ్జాన్స్ అంటే సారీ కొంచెం డోంట్ కన్ఫ్యూజ్. సో ఇంట్రాన్స్ అనేవి ఏంటివి, ఇస్ ఏ నాన్ కోడింగ్, వీటిలో కోడింగ్ అనేది ఉండదు. ఎగ్జామ్స్ వాటిలో కోడింగ్ ఉంటుంది, ఇంట్రాన్స్లో కోడింగ్ ఉండదు, ఎగ్జామ్స్లో కోడింగ్ ఉంటుంది. మనకి కోడింగ్ ఏవైతే లేదో ఇట్ ఇస్ నాట్ రిక్వైర్డ్ యాక్చువల్లీ, బట్ సో దట్ ఫర్ ది ఫార్మేషన్ ఆఫ్ మెచ్యూర్డ్ mRNA వాట్ హ్యాపనింగ్, the introns are exercised and exons are joined. అంటే ఎక్సర్సైజ్డ్ అంటే ఉపయోగపడి, ఇంట్రాన్స్ ఆర్ ఉపయోగపడి ఎగ్జిట్ అవుతాయి. ఇంట్రాన్స్ అనేవి ఎగ్జిట్ అవుతాయి. ఉపయోగపడి ఇంట్రాన్స్ అనేది ఇంట్రాన్స్ ఆర్ ఎక్సైజ్డ్ అండ్ ఎగ్జాన్స్ ఆర్ combined. So then after exons are combined together to form a mature mRNA. Then mature mRNA only it is enter into the cytosol from the nucleus. It is the difference. So translation is the process in which the formation of a polypeptide by decoding mRNA. The decoding. So mRNAలో ఉన్నటువంటి ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ మళ్ళీ ఏమవుతుంది, అది ఎందుకంటే ఇప్పుడు ఏ అనేది టీకి బైండ్ అవుతుంది, సి అనేది జీకి బైండ్ అవుతుంది. సో అంటే ఏమవుతుంది, డీకోడ్ అవుతుంది. సో యూ కెన్ సీ. So it occurs in ribosomes which are present in cytoplasm. It begins after mRNA enters in cytoplasm. It uses transport RNA. Why it is called transport RNA? It transfer the amino acids. The ribosomal transport RNA, this is the transport. So phases of translation: initiation, elongation and translocation and termination. So the initiation stage of translation brings together mRNA. So the first amino acid of a polypeptide and 2 subunits of ribosomes, everybody. So 2 ribosomes and tRNA is very initiation. So the components involved in the large and small subunits of ribosome mRNA initiator tRNA in the charged form and 3 occurs. 3 factors and along with the mRNA ribosome అంటే ఇనిషియేషన్లో ఏమేమి రిక్వైర్డ్ అవుతాయి, రైబోజోమ్ రిక్వైర్డ్ అవుతుంది, mRNA రిక్వైర్డ్ అవుతుంది, tRNA రిక్వైర్డ్ అవుతుంది, అలాంగ్ విత్ సమ్ ఫ్యాక్టర్స్ అండ్ అలాంగ్ విత్ GTP. So the tRNA has a amino acid linked to the term as charged tRNA. Okay, so amino acid అనేది bind అయి ఉంటుంది tRNA. So it's charged. So the IF and in here the F1 and intensive factor 1, intensive factor F2 bind to free 30s subunits. Human is a 60s subunits, the thing 50 and 30 I think. So F3 intensive factor 3 complex with the GTP then bind to the small subunit. So bind to the small subunit. It will assess the charge and initiated tRNA to bind. So the assembled ribosome has 2 tRNA binding sites. These are called A site for amino acyl site and P site we can call it as a polypeptide site. The A site in coming of amino acyl tRNA molecule bind and P site where the growing polypeptide chain usually formed. Already these are already well studied. Okay, once again this is a repetition purpose only. So one major outcome of initiation is the placement of initiated tRNA initiator in the P site. Start codon is AUG. Start anticodon then opposite. Here the formation of RNA. So A it's bind with the uracil, G bind with the cytosine. So the small ribosomal subunit attached to 5' into mRNA. C. So 5' always it will go like this way. The start codon AUG, anticodon is UAC. Okay, acceptor site will be there, peptide site is there. elongation in the amino acid are added one by one to the first amino acid called as amino acid delivery in codon recognition. mRNA codon in the A site forms the hydrogen bond with the tRNA anticodon. In peptide bond formation, the ribosome catalyzes the formation of peptide bond between the amino acids. So the polypeptide extending from the P site moves to A site to attach the new amino acid. So the elongation process, 3 elongation factors that is are involved. These are 3 and which will bind with the GTP and GTP. So translocation, the tRNA with the polypeptide chain in the A site is translocated to the P site. The tRNA at the P site moves to the E site and leaves the ribosome. So the ribosomes moves down the mRNA in the 5 to 5' to 3' direction. So this is the how takes place in the entire. So this is a acceptor site. So this is tRNA. This is tRNA. So tRNA brought the one amino acid. So here it will bind. Here it will bind. After binding here, that's why this is a acceptor site. Then after formation of code, it form with the peptide. So this is a P site. So if we another amino acid it will bring. So like that again it will bond for C. So like that it will. So here the peptide bond formation. After peptide formation, when it is E, in E site, it will the tRNA it is removed. So for that it is one GTP utilized. So each amino acid when it is attached one GTP it is takes place. So here is the peptide bond formation. In the peptide bond formation, so here the translocation. So first we can again the anticodon of amino acid tRNA base pair with the complete complement of the mRNA with the A site. So hydrolysis of the GTP increases the occurrence of the efficiency of this step. Then after that, so peptide formation and ribosomal RNA molecule of large subunit catalyze the formation of a peptide bond between the new amino acid in the A site and the carboxyl end of the growing polypeptide P site. This step attached to polypeptide. So here the ribosomal RNA makes the catalyzes the formation of a peptide bond between the here one amino acid, here already one amino acid came. So it catalyzes. So which one is that takes place? Ribosomal RNA. Then after that, here is this step takes place. So the ribosome translocates the tRNA in the A site to the P site. After peptide formation, here takes place. ఇక్కడ నుంచి ఇక్కడ పెప్టైడ్ బాండ్ ఫామ్ అయిపోయిన తర్వాత మళ్ళీ ఇక్కడ నుంచి ఇక్కడికి వస్తాం. సో ట్రాన్స్లోకేషన్ ఆఫ్ ది టు ది P site that empty tRNA. Now it is in empty tRNA, the empty tRNA in the P site it move to the E site. So emptyగా ఉన్నటువంటి tRNA it moves to the E site and so the mRNA moves along with its bond tRNA and bringing to the next codon to translate into the A site. So it move అయింది వెంటనే తర్వాత వచ్చేసి ఇది ఇక్కడికి వచ్చిన తర్వాత ఇది ఇక్కడికి వచ్చిన తర్వాత ఇది ఇక్కడికి వస్తుంది కదా, ఇది ఇక్కడ వచ్చి ఇది వెళ్ళిపోతుంది. తర్వాత మళ్ళీ ఇంకో ఇది తీసుకొస్తుంది, ఇంకో కోడాన్ని తీసుకొని వస్తుంది. అంటే నథింగ్ బట్ అమైనో యాసిడ్ని తీసుకొని వస్తుంది. సో దట్స్ ఫైన్. So protein factors, codons, release factors interact with the stop codons, cause the release of completed polypeptides. When the tRNA brought UAA, UAG, UGA, the stop codons. These are the stop codons. ఎప్పుడైతే ఈ కోడాన్స్ తీసుకొని వచ్చినాయో ఈ కోడాన్స్ తీసుకొచ్చినప్పుడు స్టాప్ అయిపోతుంది. So RF1 recognize the codons UAE. So whatever this factor recognize the UAE, UAG, RF2 recognize the UAE, UAG, RF3 helps the RF1 and RF2 to carry out the reaction. So it need reaction. So either when the ribosome reaches the stop codon, ఎప్పుడైతే stop codon వచ్చిందో automatically stop. So the release factors hydrolyze the bond between the tRNA in P site and the last amino acid polypeptide chain. The polypeptide is thus freed from the ribosome. So the two ribosomal subunits and other components the assembly dissociate. Dissociate అయిపోతాయి. So translation in eukaryotes. So initiation takes place, elongation takes place, termination takes place. Eukaryotes have the one release factor ERF and which recognize the all the stop codons. So this is the entire recording of ribosome, structure of DNA, and transcription and translation. Next we can see the little bit how the protein synthesis regulated